Hey guys, welcome back. Today is going to be super exciting. We're taking my pastor out fishing today, so old Gary's going to have to be on his best behavior in the boat. So it's post-spawn mostly. We've probably got maybe one more wave of fish that'll be moving up on this next full moon, but I think the majority of the fish are done spawning down here, so hopefully we'll get on a frog bite, swim baits, swim jigs, maybe some flipping. Who knows? We're gonna just kind of junk fish today, but I'm pretty sure my pastor's never caught a bass on a frog, so I'm kind of excited for him to get his first blow up on a frog. We'll see how it goes. If not, we're gonna have a great day out in the water, and we're just waiting for the pastor to get here, and then we'll take off.
You're here, you're ready to go, huh?
Well, that remains to be seen, but I'm here.
Nice. So today, as promised, we're gonna frog fish.
Entirely new to me.
That's what I hear. So we'll talk about some of the tips on frog fishing today and kind of some of the mistakes that people make, and then we'll work to avoid those mistakes and
Yeah.
hopefully land every fish that blows up on our frog.
That's the goal. That's it.
All right, well, let's load up.
Oh yeah, so I got the GoPro mounted. I got one on the dash there, and then I got one that I'll wear on my chest. But yeah, so we're getting ready to take off. Probably a good idea to pray before we go.
Yeah, let's.
All right.
Father, thanks for grace and mercy. Thank you for a break from all that's going on, Lord, to just ponder your nature and enjoy fellowship, all with a prayer in our heart, Lord, for those who are working hard today, especially those who are working to help others. We ask you to keep us safe and that we have good fellowship. We honor you along the way in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. And that we catch giant fish.
And huge ones, please.
All right.
So I think the biggest mistake that people make throwing frogs, and probably number one on the list, is they swing at the splash. Because you're visibly watching your frog most of the time. You don't have to. I mean, today we're gonna be tossing that frog back in places we can't see. We're gonna be listening for splashes. But the mistake people make is they see that splash and they swing right away. And sometimes that works. I mean, if a fish is hungry, that frog's in its throat. But what you get this time of year, and kind of what we're fishing is the post-spawn, you'll get fish that are in that defensive mode. And so they'll swipe at a frog and blow on a frog and never get it in their mouth. And you'll also get some that can actually put it in their mouth and spit it back out before you can swing.
Right.
The disadvantage of swinging at the splash is if it is a defensive fish, you're gonna miss the fish. And a lot of times going back in there afterwards, they don't bite. However, if they blow on it and you just wait for the fish to pull your line or swim with your frog and then set, you'll catch those fish. And if it is a defensive fish, just by leaving it there, a lot of times they'll come right back because it's not left their territory yet, and that makes them even madder sometimes. And then they'll come back and mouth it and take off with it.
So is it a feel thing, or do you have kind of a standard count after the initial splash, or do you just wait for the tug?
So that's a great question. I would say it's a combination of both. If I get a blow up, I will wait a little bit, and if I can't see my frog, I'm probably swinging anyhow. So I think a lot of guys get anxious on the frog and they just swing too fast. Most of the time, if you're on an eating fish, he's probably not going to let go of the frog. Now, you don't really want him to swallow it either.
Right.
You wouldn't be able to get a frog out of the stomach. But they'll hold on to it for a long time. And I've noticed even practice fishing, I have a hard time shaking them off sometimes.
Wow.
Like I don't want to hook them.
Wow.
And it's like, let go, let go, let go. And I'm letting them swim with it, and I'm pulling it just a little bit. And I'm like, please let go, please let go. And sometimes you can bring them all the way practically up to the boat before they finally spit it out.
And he's not even hooked.
And not even hooked.
Wow.
Yeah, so there's not really this big sense of urgency to have to swing right away.
Okay.
At the same time, when you're throwing it way back in cover, you don't want that thing, sewing your braided line all through the tules and bushes. Then you're not going to get a good hook set. You might lose the fish. Most of the time I throw frogs on 65-pound braid because I'm putting that frog back in places where I really need to get the fish out, or if my frog gets snagged in the tules, I need to be able to just rip tules out and not worry about my line.
Right.
I used to throw on 50-pound braid, and I noticed that if a fish strikes close to the boat, and you've got just a short amount of line there, you can actually snap 50-pound braid.
Wow.
And it'll sound like a firecracker, just pow, just from the hook set. And so I started going to 65, and I've not had that problem. I'm throwing the frog on the new iRod that I showed you, that 754 air rod.
Right.
It's super lightweight, and I think when you're just going to go out and just grind a frog all day, you need a rod that's balanced and lightweight, so you're just not exhausted at the end of the day.
Okay. And how does the frog get worked? Once you throw it out, are you trying to just walk it? Or are you popping it straight forward?
Yes. They have popping frogs that have sort of a cupped front on them, and those you would work like a popping bait. Not so much a requirement to have to walk them, though you can. The other frogs, technically speaking, you're walking the frog. But today, how we're fishing, honestly, I think the majority of the strikes are going to come more or less sitting still. You know, if we're making good casts and we're putting that frog into their territory, in their backyard, and you know, fish have a pretty good mental backyard. They know when something's in their territory, and a lot of times it takes them a little bit to go swim to it. So what we want to do today is we fire that frog out there. If we can see it, wait for the ripples to disappear. Just it hits the water and wait for those ripples to disappear. And a lot of times that strike's going to come without even moving the frog.
Okay.
And then because our strike zone today, you know, there's no grass growing right now on the river and in the backwater. So these fish are going to be pretty much up into the tules, in the pockets in the tules. Our strike zone's really short, so we don't need to move that frog very far before we reel it back in. I mean, you can. Some guys will work it all the way back to the boat, but I think for me personally, when I've got the trolling motor down, I want to cover water. I don't really work it back to the boat. But when you work it a short distance, like a foot or two, which we'll be doing today, I don't think it matters how you move it, to be honest. Just twitch it a little bit, you know, the frog will move. It doesn't have to have that cadence of walking, I don't think.
So is Martinez pretty well known to San Diego anglers? Do folks know about this?
Yeah, it's got a pretty good reputation in the Southwest, especially San Diego, because it's only a 3-hour drive. It's the same from Phoenix. So Phoenix to Martinez is 3 hours. San Diego to Martinez is 3 hours, give or take. 10, 15 minutes. But I grew up in San Diego, and this is where we came.
Huh.
Yeah. So that house over there is the one that
This one here?
Yeah, that's the one bedroom, 4,000 square foot.
Wow.
What I really like is you'll see right back there, there's that pocket of water. I like that kind of stuff back there.
Okay, where they're already laying down in there?
Yeah, and you get these little openings. A lot of times your fish will be back up, especially in the high water. They'll be really cruising back there looking for food. A lot of times your hook's not in the tules. Tules are like this, and so sometimes just giving it slack and then bringing it back up will bring it out.
Okay.
But a lot of times it's not at all the hook that's in the tules. You can see all these little shadows and pockets back here. It's great. I just hope the fish think so too.
Oh, something just swiped at it.
Oh yeah?
Yep. It's a frog. It's a frog.
Is it really? Oh, you caught it?
Yeah.
No way. You caught a bullfrog.
Oh, look at that thing.
Oh my goodness. I'll help you get it off there.
He wanted it.
You
said we were going frog fishing, Gary.
I did, yep.
We went frog fishing. Look at us, get your legs out of there.
Come on, buddy. Hi.
Oh, that is grotesque.
Hi, buddy.
Got him by the tongue or something.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Screaming. Oh, look at that. Boom.
Bye. That is awesome.
Yeah, we did not get skunked.
We did not get skunked. We caught a frog on a frog.
Like a pretty lazy strike at it, whatever it was. A giant bass would have eaten him.
Oh, would that have been the most epic video ever?
That would have been.
To hook a bullfrog on a frog and then have like
How a bass crushed
just crush it.
You know what's sad is, even when I realized it was a frog, I didn't want to lose it.
Right.
Still wanted to catch it.
Well, yeah. Pastor 1, Gary 0. You're on the board. That was a fat frog. Those legs were looking a little tasty there. He must have thought it was like a bug of some sort, like a dragonfly, or maybe he was trying to mate with it.
Oh, that's disappointing. Huh?
Yeah.
He's got all kinds of other plans that he gets stuck.
I saw him too. I watched him come up and came right up and ate the swim jig. And he got my tail. I mean, that just tells you how defensive they are. They're not even taking the whole bait. Oh, there he is. Hey, it's a bite. Yeah, not very big, but yeah, I got that one on camera. Oh, there you go. Nice. That's a nice one. Nice fish. There you go. There's a bite. Fantastic. Well, you're up on me 2-1. One bullfrog and one bass. And you got the big fish so far. Yeah, nice. See you, buddy. Yeah, tell your friends. Come join the fun. Oh, nice. You got him? Let's see what we got here. Oh, yeah, nice one. Oh, nice. Yeah. Pastor 3, Gary 1. Nice fish. That was good. I hope so. I hope he stays on. Oh yeah. That's a good one. Oh. Yeah, that was solid. I think yours is bigger. This one's got a little better belly, but I think yours is longer. Boy, did you see that blow up though? That was great. Let him have it for a little bit and then drilled him. Or what does Swindle call it? Blistered him. He got blistered. He was right in that sparse toolies though. Yeah, kind of in a couple feet. Kind of buried up in there like we talked about in the back. You know, once I saw those 2 bites that we got, kind of clued me in a little bit. Maybe we just need to focus on this main lake sparse stuff. I can mount the swim bait. Oh, these things smell horrible. I don't know why I keep smelling them when they come out of the package. Man, that blow up was epic. Just a nice big splash off the surface. I did, yeah. Yeah, he blew on it and I let him have it. I just waited and waited. And then I'm like, okay, guess what? You're about to get a slight headache. Yeah. Oh. We downsized a little bit, but I literally just put this bait on. It's the cat urine smell of the jackal. What was Jackal thinking? I don't know, but it works. Oh, nice. Man, you're up on me like big time here. I thought I was catching up. And as soon as I catch up, you're back on the board again. You can swing that one probably. There you go. Back in business. Yeah, there's a fish that liked your color better than mine. Come on, big fish. Yeah. Felt like a good one too, man. Hard to tell, but man, he hit it and went down. He did not come up. Yeah. Solid. Oh, there we go. Nice. Buddy. Okay, here you go. Never a splash, just I felt it just start going down with it. Oh yeah. I don't think it's very big. Or he's coming this way. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Wow. Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Oh yeah. Nice. Come on, buddy. Oh. Yeah. Solid. Hey, buddy. Look at you. Yeah. Yeah, nice little belly there. Oh. Sweet. Must be somebody that knows me. Maybe my buddy Brandon. What's up, man? Yeah, we've done pretty good this afternoon. The first half of the day was terrible. We couldn't get them to commit. They would swipe at it defensively but not hook up. I mean, I watched a 3-pounder come out of the Thule's and just bite the tail off my swim jig. Never got the whole thing in his mouth. Yeah, and then this afternoon, now they started eating. That's what we thought. We got 2 bites back there. Yeah, it's really weird. We haven't got anything on the frog today. We had a couple swooshes, but they wouldn't take it. You know, they're swiping at it, but they don't want it in their mouth. Yeah, we just caught a real nice one right back over there. Just got on the swim bait since we can't get them on the frogs. So, Brandon, this is my pastor, Eric.
How you doing, Brandon?
Brandon, that's Trevor. He caught a bullfrog today on the frog. Yeah, we got it all on video too, so that's going up. Yeah, I don't know if it's with the cold night or maybe the barometric pressure's high today, and that's why they won't commit to the frog, but I don't know. We had maybe 3 blow-ups on the frog and just never swam with it. Just blow it and then nothing. Pitch a Senko in there 900 times and nothing. Yeah, he did the stitching on this hat for me for iRod.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he has a embroidery business out of his house. He was the one that was with me when I caught the big ratfish, the video I sent you. So we're back off the water. My pastor's already left to go home. We had a great day today. It was beautiful out, warm temperatures, the wind blew a little bit. Couldn't seem to get them going on the frog today, not sure why. So many things factor into fishing. That's why they call it fishing and not catching. Could have been the cold night last night, could have been the high pressure set in. The river's up higher than it normally is and the water temps dropped a little bit. Also, it's the post-spawn blues. I don't know. Whatever it is, they didn't want to commit to the frog today. Good news is, though, we did catch fish, and we caught them on swim baits. We threw 3 different kinds of swim baits today. We threw the Jackal Rhythm Wave in 4.8 inch. We threw the Yum Pulse Minnow, I think it's called, Pulse Shad. And then we also threw the Kitech, you know, the standard swim baits that everybody likes to throw. And that seemed to be what we got the better fish on today. We didn't really do a lot of flipping today because we wanted to cover water, plus it was pretty windy, so it just made sense to throw the swim baits in hopes to catch a big fish. So good news is, I mean, we're just in spring right now, so the frog bite is going to get better, and hopefully Pastor Eric will come back and we'll get him out on the water and actually get that first frog fish, because while it was totally awesome seeing him catch a giant bullfrog on a frog, I know that doesn't count technically as his first frog fish. So we'll get him back out there and get him on the frog bite once that weather warms up and these fish settle down a little bit. So until next time, peace out.